$500,000 loss from an ordering mistake? What the hell were you thinking?
I'm a site supervisor now. I'm Keiichi Sato. I work at a construction company called Tokimeki. I was confirming some work details with Nagisa Shoji from the sales department when...
A $500,000 loss from an ordering mistake? What the hell were you thinking?
Don't you think you should take some serious responsibility for this?
Huh?
President Konatsu, what's going on?
Sato's ordering mistake caused massive damage to the company.
That's Koji Imahara, the ace of the sales department.
You're always sticking your nose into sales department business, but maybe you should take a look at yourself first, huh?
I transferred internally 2 months ago. I'm a site supervisor now.
What?
Huh? A site supervisor?
That's right. President Konatsu, you might be the one who needs to pay more attention to what's going on in the company. Well...
Hey! Konatsu just took over from her father, the previous President Watarase. She only started recently. Of course she doesn't know everything yet. Cut her some slack.
I'm sorry. But still, this is a huge problem either way. Shoji, would you consider coming back to the sales department? A 500,000 order mistake? What exactly happened? We ordered way more custom steel materials than we needed.
They're non-returnable and can't be used for anything else. We have no choice but to scrap them.
I'm so sorry. This is my fault.
You're Sakai from the clerical department, right? What were the ordering instructions for this?
Imahara gave me the instructions. He gave me a rough draft, but I handled all the detailed adjustments myself. He always tells me to make sure we don't run short, so I ordered extra.
I knew it. Koji, you really come down hard on people when there are shortages.
Are you saying this is my fault? Nothing like this has ever happened before.
Up until now, Keiichi was handling all of Koji's clerical work. Koji's instructions are usually pretty vague, so only Keiichi could handle them properly.
What?
Why didn't you even know about Keiichi's internal transfer in the first place?
Well, I've been mostly doing field work and remote work lately.
This ordering mistake is on you, Koji. You got too comfortable relying on Keiichi and giving vague instructions. Now it's come back to bite you.
No way. It's just a coincidence that the mistake happened right when Keiichi left.
We shouldn't jump to conclusions.
I have another piece of bad news.
What?
The approval criteria Koji specified were so vague that the clerical staff is completely confused. It's gotten bad enough that it could interfere with the project's progress.
What?
What do you mean by interfere?
It probably won't affect the actual work process, but I think schedule delays are unavoidable. We'll probably need to adjust the budget too.
You've got to be kidding me. On top of massive losses, now we need to raise the budget? Keiichi had been handling everything really smoothly this whole time.
Apparently, his transfer to site supervisor was because they recognized those coordination skills. A few days later.
Oh, what am I supposed to do? Koji keeps landing big contracts left and right. Dad absolutely loved him. That's why I trusted him too, but the moment Keiichi, who was always keeping him in check, left, everything fell apart. Boss, we have a call from Mr. Doi at Waku Waku Company. Waku Waku Company? They're a long-standing client of ours. Put him through. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Doi, good to hear from you. This is Konatsu Watarase.
Thank you for taking my call. I wanted to consult with you about Mr. Imahara, who's handling a project we commissioned from Tokimeki.
Koji Imahara?
Yes, I always knew he was a busy person. But lately, it's been especially difficult to coordinate schedules with him. Because of that, we can't even get a clear timeline for progress. It's starting to affect our operations.
I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
We've had a long relationship with Tokimeki, and you're a valued partner. But if this continues, Waku Waku Company is looking at losses in hundreds of thousands of dollars.
What?
I hope you can address this issue soon.
Yes, of course, I'm really sorry. Koji, I need to talk to you. Now's not a good time. What happened?
There was a misunderstanding about the contract.
A misunderstanding?
Apparently, they thought a process that actually requires a separate contract could continue under the existing one.
Koji, did you actually explain this properly?
I was sure I did, but maybe I glossed over it a bit. Jajan Company asked us to build an office building for their new business, and I knew they didn't have much knowledge about this stuff. But still, I figured this much was common sense.
Their first-time client, you should have been more careful. Koji keeps bringing in big contracts. He's a talented employee. But now that he can't dump all the detailed coordination on someone else, everything's falling apart. This is pointless.
But, I'll find some time and handle it.
No, you keep working on the Janjan Company project. I'm having Nagisa take over Waku Waku Company.
Understood. A few days later.
Koji's approach covers the main points, but it's so rough that the details are completely unclear. As appropriate. I need you to clarify what appropriate actually means. With the Janjan Company situation too. It's no wonder someone unfamiliar with this stuff would get confused.
Nagisa, how's it going?
Heichi, what are you doing here? Is the site closed today?
Yeah, so I came to check on you.
Check on me?
You took over Waku Waku Company from Koji, right? I wanted to make sure you were doing okay.
It's not a huge issue, but I'm having trouble getting a complete picture of everything.
I can totally imagine how you feel. If you want, I can give you a hand.
Really? But you have your site supervisor work.
It's fine. Working on site has really deepened my knowledge and opened my eyes a lot. Let me support you, okay?
Keiichi, he's always been so kind and reliable.
While Nagisa struggled at first, my support seemed to help, and she completed the schedule perfectly. Around that time, in the conference room, suspend the project.
Yes, that's the result of our internal discussions at Jajan Company.
Could I ask why? I apologize for any confusing explanations about the contract, but we've resolved that issue and everything's moving smoothly now.
Actually, there was another misunderstanding, or rather a discrepancy in our perceptions. The other day, you consulted with us about a design change, right?
Yes, we received your approval, so we're proceeding with that.
True. When you explained it, I verbally said it seems mostly fine. However, our company intended to proceed only after a formal review and approval. In fact, this was a process that required formal approval documents, correct?
Yes. But on many projects, we start work based on verbal approval and finalize the paperwork later.
Is that so?
Well, we certainly don't recommend it. Considering both parties' circumstances, we do sometimes move preparations forward.
Other companies might do that, but we want to follow proper procedures. If you'd given us some kind of notification earlier, even a preliminary one.
Oh! Right. Keiichi always used to compile summaries as preliminary notices for these situations.
We can't just cancel the entire project out of nowhere. To sort things out, please let us suspend it temporarily.
I understand. I'm very sorry.
We'll contact you again. Thank you for your patience. I'm back. Wait, Konatsu, what's wrong?
You look pretty troubled.
Keiichi, perfect timing. I realized something.
Huh?
Imahara's approach only functioned because you were covering for him. It was never a proper way to do business. My father only looked at the results. What happened? Well, actually,
I had no idea.
I was too naive. There were things I could have done. Keiichi, I have a request.
For me?
I know this isn't your usual role, but I want you to lead the Janjan Company project with Nagisa and restart it. This isn't just about saving the contract. I see this as a chance to fix the problems at Tokimeki that have finally come to light. And I'm certain there's no one better suited for this than you, Keiichi. Konatsu.
All right, I'll do it. 2 days later, Nagisa and I visited Jajan Company.
Thank you for making time for us today.
Of course. You said you're a site supervisor, Keiichi, but was the design change really necessary? I heard it was about securing a workspace, but Koji's tone was so casual the whole time that I didn't really get it.
Yes, the design change is necessary. The surrounding environment changed slightly since we surveyed the site, making it difficult to set up safe scaffolding. Because of that, we need to shift the position by a few dozen centimeters.
I see.
However, there will be no impact on the building's exterior, interior, or how it feels to use.
Really?
Yes, so we are not adding any major new processes.
Here are detailed explanatory materials. If you'd like, we'd love to propose a new schedule and process.
Well, could you give us a bit more time? We'll contact you within a few days.
Understood.
If anything else comes up, we'll come explain it to you. Thank you.
That didn't go very well.
You think so?
I wasn't strong enough as a salesperson. I kept leaving all the important stuff to you, Keiichi. I'm sorry.
You don't need to be so down about it. The situation isn't about them being unhappy with the actual work processes. It's about them losing trust because things weren't handled properly despite how much money was involved. I expect it won't be easy to win back their trust in us.
Really?
It's fine. They listened to what we had to say. Let's keep making proposals, okay?
You're right. I'll keep working hard.
That's the spirit.
When I'm with you, Keiichi, I feel like I can do anything. I wish we could always be together.
Huh?
Oh, no, I mean, we used to see each other at the office all the time, but now we don't, so it's been lonely without you.
Oh, right. I almost got the wrong idea.
My real feelings slipped out. God, I'm such an idiot.
3 days later, after receiving their call, we visited Jajan Company again. Thank you for contacting us. Here's our new proposal.
Yeah, this is clear. We should be able to proceed without any problems. Let's restart the project.
Thank you so much.
About the situation and the previous misunderstanding, we're very sorry for the inconvenience.
No. We're sorry for jerking you around. Since we don't have experience with this, we can't help being cautious.
That's completely understandable.
I'll be taking charge going forward, so thank you for working with us.
10 months later, Jajan Company's building was completed successfully.
We had some bumps along the way, but I'm glad it ended so well.
Nagisa, great work.
Thank you. It's all thanks to you, Keiichi.
Yeah, I owe you one. But I was the one moving things forward for most of it.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Koji, you brought in lots of big contracts and were valued within the company. But that was only possible because of the support from people around you. What? You only look at results. That's why you leave all the details vague and dump them on clerical staff. And why you prioritized efficiency too much with Jajan Company.
You've always worked with clients familiar with the process and gotten results that way. But companies like Jajan Company commissioning construction for the first time are bound to be anxious when starting something so big and unfamiliar. Shouldn't you make an effort to explain things carefully?
Well...
When Keiichi was in clerical, you got a lot of advice from him time and time again. If you'd been willing to listen back then, this wouldn't have happened. Well, I'm not one to talk. That's right. You had your own issues too. When the $500,000 loss happened, even as a new president who couldn't see the whole company, you should have confirmed the details more carefully before finding someone to blame.
I understand wanting to trust Koji since your father liked him. But that's how organizations rot. Now that leadership has changed, you need to evaluate things properly and have your own standards.
You're absolutely right. I'm truly sorry. I'm going to reconsider how we do things going forward. I need you to be mindful of this too, Koji.
I understand. We're getting complaints one after another from companies Koji was handling. What? Why? They're unhappy that their concerns are being pushed to the back burner. Requests to change the person in charge just won't stop. What? Put them through. Hello, this is Koji Imahara.
The consultation our company requested is moving way too slowly.
I'm so sorry. I'll handle it right away.
No, we want you to change the person in charge. You've always ignored our pace and pushed things forward, so we've had doubts about you for a while now.
But...
In the end, Koji found it impossible to stay at the company and resigned. He tried to start his own business, but apparently he's struggling badly since he can't get any financing at all.
what's wrong with this plan?
Meanwhile, are you observing again today, boss?
Yes, I'm going to learn everything I can from you. What's that supposed to mean? You're one to talk, Nagisa. You've been coming to the site pretty often yourself. Well, it's for work. You know, I don't have any rules against dating coworkers. Keiichi, want to go to lunch together?